How many plastic items do you use each day? Take a wild guess. You're wrong. It may not be what you think. On average, we use around 80 to 100 pieces of plastic every day. Some examples for starters include your water bottle, plastic baggies, food packages, Tupperware containers, even the clothes you wear. Most of us think we may be helping the environment by recycling, but the truth is only around 9% of recycled goods ends up in the recycling bin or compost. The other 91%-ish of plastic ends up in landfills, incinerators, oceans, and the plastic ends up breaking down very slowly over time into microplastics. And this ends up being released into the environment slowly, but with the amount of plastic we have in today's society, it gathers up pretty quickly. And it's released into the food we eat, our water, and our air, causing damage over time if we consume a bunch of plastic. Obviously, our bodies don't like that. When plastic ends up in the ocean, for example, it can often be mistaken for food by marine wildlife. They can eat it, thinking it's something else. The plastic can create a blockage in their stomach, and this can lead to poor nutrition, anorexia from starvation, and even death if the blockage doesn't pass all the way through. Other animals get tangled in plastic waste like six-pack rings for sodas or beers. Fishing lines get wrapped around beaks or around feet and can cause toe amputations. Plastic can hide in everyday items like our clothing, for example. Many clothes are made from plastic nowadays, like nylon and polyester. It's your average. Check the back of your t-shirt and tell me it's not 100% cotton. It's either mixed with something or it's all polyester. That's what I mostly see. This also releases microplastics, not when you wear it, but when you wash it in warm or hot water. Since it's not cotton, it's a plastic. These plastics end up melting slowly and release these particles into the water. Fast fashion increases this. Plastic made from manufacturers and one night out just to be thrown away, and it ends up in piles on our beaches. Plastic can affect our health overall if consumed greatly over time. Plastic contains toxins such as bisphenol A, which is known as BPA, and other additives. In 2022, researchers found microplastics in human blood for the first time. I know. I don't like to think about that either. I read an article that there was, we consume a credit card's worth amount of plastic every year as a human nowadays. And I think I read that in 2023. Yes, think about it. If it builds up enough in the blood, it can cause cell damage. So how do we cut down on this overconsumption of plastic items? And even if it's not plastic, things that we don't necessarily need, we can make small, realistic swaps and exchanges, helping the world and your pocket. Thrifting certain items not only gives you the opportunity to create a unique style in your home, and on yourself with your clothing, it reduces your waste too. Some things like glass jars for overnight oats instead of that plastic container, or glass Tupperware instead of the plastic Tupperware. You don't want to warm that up in the microwave. You're warming up plastic into your food. Don't do that. Don't do that. Thrifting, you can find anything thrifting. Consignment stores also are a good choice for home goods. Things like lamps, bookshelves, mirrors, etc. buying sustainable clothing. You can thrift or you can just buy it and have it in your closet for years, like jeans, wool sweaters, cotton t-shirts. You can have a little design, but cotton, wear that cotton. And if you have polyester, you don't need to throw everything away in your closet. Just wash in cold water. You don't need to wash in hot water all the time unless you got nasties on you or something. Kitchen items like cutting boards, for example, beeswax wrap instead of that plastic wrap. It's literally called plastic wrap. Go get you some bees. It's a little bit expensive, but you keep it forever. Metal or ceramic bowls or baking pans. There are tons of options. In the end, recycling isn't always the solution. Plastic is everywhere, and sometimes it's hard to escape it, but we can try to avoid it and reduce our intake by making these swaps and looking more into it. There's a bunch of swaps you can find, I'm sure, on TikTok or the internets, the interwebs, and this reduces unnecessary waste overall. So by making these small swaps, you can live a cleaner and healthier life, and the world can too.